Greetings, programs, and welcome to ArcNeo Reviews, where I figured for fun, since, the current line of Transformers is, War for Cybertron, thought it'd be fun go back to the last time we had a War for Cybertron, or in particular, Fall of Cybertron, and we are going to look today at Deluxe Class Shockwave. From the generations, War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, the actual video game figures that Hasbro made a while back. So, as you can see, this is yet another version of Shockwave being, just a weird nondescript spaceship. And I'm down with it. Now, I will say, his feet are just kind of very obviously poking out here, and they're very easy to just, knock out of transformation, but it's also not that big of a deal to put them back. And these fins do just kind of freely spin at all times. They don't tab in at all. But again, not a big deal. Let's kind of get a close-up here. I love just the colors on this guy, kind of how sleek it is. It is still just, it's a really cool figure. It's not even, too kibbly on the underneath. And, most figures look terrible on the underside. This one's not actually too bad. So, for a bit of a comparison, here he is with his newest incarnation of Random Space Shuttle, the Siege Leader class. So you can see just how much of a size upgrade they gave him. This guy will be getting his own video soon, so I'm not going to bother going into detail on him. But yeah, you can see they really stepped up the size here, just a bit. So get this monstrosity out of the way. And for another size comparison, here he is with his purple buddy from the same line. The Generations Skywarp, who, even though they didn't sell it as being War for Cybertron, it's War for Cybertron. So, you can see how he scales with his contemporary Seekers of the day. So, transforming this guy is actually incredibly easy, which I do appreciate. Some of the figures in this line were a little fiddly because we had to contend with these really crazy, Cybertronian alien modes. This one is straightforward and fun. So, first thing you're going to want to do is actually just pop the legs apart, which can be a little tight. And the legs do actually tab in on the sides of what will be his gun here. Go ahead and unpeg the arms from the back there. That piece will fall off. Lift this up a little bit and you can remove the gun completely. There's a little slot right there that the gun tabs into. So, get that out of the way. Go ahead and grab this panel, spin it around, and it's got a little tab right there that will peg in right there on that slot, which again is tricky to line up when you're in a viewfinder. And then just go ahead and flip the foot out if it hasn't already. Same thing on the other side. Let's bring this around and tab it in. Flip him around. Go ahead and split the arms from each other. You want to bring them down a little bit past where they normally would sit. Then I like to just kind of situate the arms really quick while I'm at this point. He does have a double hinge here, so you'll want to straighten that out. Now, he does have a fist on either side, but I'm actually only going to bring it out on his right hand because Shockwave. So just kind of reach up in there. It's a little tight to get in, but reach in, flip out his hand. Then go ahead and just take this piece, or flip these up all the way. Then take this kind of central cockpit area, which I forgot to point out right there. They molded his head in, because Shockwave does usually have a visible head in all of his modes. And so they just molded his head in right there. As you flip this over, you notice there's a button in there. It's going to get tripped right there. And right as you peg this in, his head pops out. And then just go ahead, bring the shoulders back up. They will tab in to the sides of the torso. And there you are done, but like I said, Shockwave, I intentionally did not transform this hand. There is a normal, 5mm peg on the gun, so you can just put in his hand. But there's also this little, really long, wide tab right there, if you can see. And while the hand is folded up, it exposes a slot right there on the outside of the arm. So you can peg the gun in like that and just give him his traditional gun arm. And then go ahead and shove this piece back on yet again. It does sort of have a stop when it's on all the way. And it doesn't fall off. But it is very easy to knock it off. It's weird. It won't come off on its own. But it takes no effort to just do that. So, something to keep in mind. Watch the gun. It will fall apart on you. Or if you want, just leave it like that and give him a 3-barrel, Gatling gun thing. Looks like out of, Dirge of Cerberus or something. But yeah, there we truly have Shockwave all transformed, and this figure is awesome. Now, I know it's not accurate to the game. I'll try to find a bit of, in-game screenshot or something here to compare to. The game model was quite a bit bulkier than this was. However, I really like this mode. I really like this design. So, bring him in up close. Wonderfully light piped eye there. Lots of molded detail in his chest window. Decepticon symbol right there. If I can get the light to hit it, really, really intricate molds just all over this guy. This is really, really sell that, alien robot look going on. As well as, he does have a peg back here for gun storage if you don't want to, do the gun hand thing like I have here. But it's Shockwave. To me, he should not ever have a left hand. Because I'm just mean like that. So, posability on this guy. He does have a full swivel at the head. No up and down, just a straight swivel. His arms can actually go a little bit past T-pose, which is cool. Full rotation, but, the back wings will get in the way. He's got that, he does have that double, that extra hinge there at just above the elbow, so if you need that for whatever reason, you do have that. Ball joint at the elbow, so that's going, anywhere. Nothing at the hands unless you just, untransform it and start putting it back in. No waist swivel, but he does have ball jointed hips, so yeah, his legs can go just all over the place. some of the most unnatural positions you can imagine. So, definite points for leg articulation there. About 90 degrees at the knee. And then, if you count untransforming the foot, he's got that. But he does have massive, massive heels from the way the front of his shuttle mode transforms, which I really appreciate. Makes him super, super easy to stand, and you can get some really good poses out of this guy. For being a deluxe class, back when it came out, this guy is incredibly, incredibly posable. And I have knocked that wing backwards. How dare I? So, for a couple size comparisons, here he is with Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron, Starscream, because I am too lazy to transform Skywarp. And yeah, I do have to give props. This line had some of the best light piping. But that's how he scales with the Seekers. And here he is with Deluxe Class Megatron. So, as you can see, a little bit on the smaller side of Deluxe Class, even for when he came out. But then again, Megatron was one of, and still is one of the bigger Deluxe classes. And yes, this glorious thing will be getting a review down the road. But overall, yeah, while the camera doesn't like to focus on his colors, this figure is just absolutely, absolutely awesome, and I definitely recommend picking him up if you get a chance. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.